Any tips from Tommy to new beginner photographer?
Oh, just pick up the camera and go out. Don't worry about the kit. Don't worry about the time of day. Just think about going for a walk.
How did you started photography into this passion?
হাই হ্যালো, কি অবস্থা? আমি টমির সাথে একটা ব্লগ করছিলাম, এখানে আপনারা যা দেখছেন আর কি, ওটার আমরা একটা কিউএনএ সেকশন করছি ফটোগ্রাফি রিলেটেড। টমি হচ্ছে ইংল্যান্ডের একজন ফটোগ্রাফার। ও 2020 না, ও 2012 থেকে মেবি প্রফেশনালি শুরু করে। তার আগের থেকেও ফটোগ্রাফি করতো। ও হচ্ছে মেনলি ইংল্যান্ডে কাজ করে 5 থেকে 6 মাস। ওইখানের ট্রাভেল এজেন্সি টাইপ কাজ করে, ফটোগ্রাফি করে, ফটো জার্নালিস্ট করে। বাকি 6 মাসও হচ্ছে পুরো দুনিয়া ঘুরে বেড়ায় আর কি।
So I am to guide for beginner photographer. So I have some questions.
Yes.
What inspire your photography the most?
What's inspired my photography the most has been to step outside of my country with the camera, to walk outside of not only my front door, but also to walk into the doors of other countries, other people.
আসলে আমাদের সব ফটোগ্রাফারের মেন উদ্দেশ্য হচ্ছে বাইরে বাইরে ঘোরা, বেশি বেশি ঘোরা। তো এই কারণেই হচ্ছে মেনলি টমি ফটোগ্রাফিতে আসছে। আমি আসছি, আপনিও আসতে চাচ্ছেন হয়তো বা। আউটসাইড দ্য কান্ট্রি, আউটসাইড দ্য ভিলেজ, আউটসাইড দ্য সিটি, মানে আমরা সবাই চাই আসলে ঘুরে ফিরে দেখতে। এটাই হচ্ছে মেন ফটোগ্রাফির অ্যাট্রাকশন, যাতে মানুষদের সাথে আরও বেশি পরিচয় হতে পারি, আরও মানুষদের সাথে এঙ্গেজ হতে পারি, আমরা আরও নতুন নতুন কালচারগুলো এক্সপ্লোর করতে পারি আসলে।
How did you started photography into this passion?
আপনারা চাইলে এই প্রিমিয়াম উইন্টার টি শার্টটা পেতে পারেন চ্যাটার্জি থেকে মাত্র 2 থেকে 3 দিনের মধ্যেই। তার উপর পাচ্ছেন আবার 100 টাকা ডিসকাউন্ট এই বা এই কুপন কোডটা ইউজ করলে। আমি হচ্ছে ওয়েবসাইটের লিঙ্ক অ্যান্ড সব কিছু লিঙ্ক করে দিয়ে দেবো।
So photography for me began with video. So I had a video camera when I was about 15 or 16 years old, and I used to teach kayaking. Kayaking was my sport. I kayaked all over the world, and every day I was making the films about kayaking. And so learning about composition and framing and things like that. In 2010, I wanted to learn photography, and that began this journey that's still going. It's 14 years, nearly 15 years of just picking up the camera every day. But there's photographers that I like, Joey Lawrence, Steve McCurry, these guys traveling with their camera and showing us different cultures and locations. That's what inspired me. And I don't think I would travel so much if I didn't have the camera.
How many countries you have been to?
Oh, I don't know. I don't count. So it's not many. It's not that many. But a lot of people go and count countries and think counting country. But for me, I don't care. It's not my place.
Okay.
I go to the country that interests me. I go and make photographs. I meet the people, and that's the important thing for me. I don't count how many.
What's the must-have gear for your photography?
My brain.
Your brain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
You can have any camera, whether it's through your phone,
Yes.
whether it's one like this, whether it's a action camera.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. It's your brain and your eyes telling you
Yes,
what
of
you
course.
want to
এটা মনে রাখবেন ভাই,
photograph.
নতুন যারা ফটোগ্রাফার আছেন, মানে অনেকজনই বলে যে হচ্ছে ক্যামেরা লাগবে, ক্যামেরা গিয়ার লাগবে, ভালো এক্সপেন্সিভ ক্যামেরা লাগবে। ডাজন্ট ম্যাটার ভাই, সব কিছু আপনার ব্রেনের মধ্যে।
Yeah. The best camera I've got
আইফোন লাগবে না, একটা ফোন হলেই হয়।
is the phone. It's honestly, it comes out very quickly, snap, and then it's certainly for video, this is the best thing for me.
ফর ট্রাভেল ফটোগ্রাফি অনেকজনই বলে যে 70-200 বা 70 বা হচ্ছে আপনি একটা প্রাইম লেন্স নিয়েছেন। বাট না, আপনি হচ্ছে ট্রাভেল ফটোগ্রাফি করতে গেলে আপনি আসলে মানুষদের সাথে এঙ্গেজ করতে হবে, মানুষের সাথে কথা বলতে হবে। তো আর আপনার স্টোরি খুঁজতে হবে। স্টোরি খোঁজার জন্য আপনার সবচেয়ে বড় গিয়ার কি? ব্রেন।
How do you keep your creativity alive while photography?
Again, it's constantly going to different places, trying to see new cultures, new countries, because it takes you out of your comfort zone and it puts you into an environment where you see so many new things that you want to just photograph bricks. Would I photograph bricks in England? Maybe not so much. So by traveling, by moving to a new town, by photographing a different subject, whether it's sports, food, hotels, Airbnbs, brickyards, shipyards, just keep moving around and
অনেক সময় হয় কি, আমরা হচ্ছে স্ট্রিটের জন্য বের হয়ে যাই, অনেক সারাদিন ঘুরি, সারাদিন ছবি তুলতে থাকি, তো ক্রিয়েটিভিটি অনেক সময় গায়েব হয়ে যায়। বাট আপনার কনস্ট্যান্টলি দেখতে হবে কোথায় কী হচ্ছে, কোথায় কী চলতেছে, কোথায় কী হচ্ছে। ব্রেন সবসময় অ্যাক্টিভ রাখতে হবে, দেখতে হবে যে কী চলতেছে, সব কিছু দেখে তারপর আপনি জাস্ট ক্লিক করবেন।
And keep looking for subject and details.
photograph what interests you, and we were talking about this earlier, and really there's the three things that I always concentrate on.
Yes.
It's people, so you photograph the people in the place, whether it's portraits or whether it's an environmental shot. Then you go and focus on the details, all the small things like the texture of the brick, the texture of the clothes, details of the eyes, and then you've got the place. And so you take wider shots of the place that they live, and then once you bring those three things together, you can start telling a story. And you don't even have to tell it with words. It's just three pictures, people, place, details.
How do you manage challenges like weather and lighting on location?
In some countries, I'll take a flash. So when I want to move light, I just take a camera. Some countries, like when I'm in Uganda, I'll take a flash. And that way I can control the light 100%. Just one flash. I can control the light, certainly for portraits. I'm not very good at waking up in the morning. So sunrises are kind of not great for me. But sunsets are brilliant,
Yes.
you know, and the light that comes at the back end of the day is fantastic. But if you know your camera and if you know your kit and you know the type of picture you want to take, then you can work with any kind of light. There is no bad light. You just have to move subjects into the shadows. You just have to step to one side, all sorts of things. There's ways to work.
What are the tips for shooting in crowded places like Dhaka and the brickyards?
Again, you just got to walk around and find your person, find your shot. But I would say in the crowded places of Dhaka, if you can get elevated. Yesterday I was up on the flyover down near Elephant Road, and I was taking pictures from above, so I felt like a drone. But I was also doing time lapse, and so the roads here, they're not very fast, but lots and lots of traffic is moving around, and with the eye to watch it, it's actually quite difficult to see where everyone goes. But you make a time lapse, everything speeds up but slows down at the same time, so you can see the movement of people. And with photography, just use a slow shutter speed. You don't have to use a tripod,
Yes.
but if you slow your shutter speed down, you start adding blur into a busy place. And if you really slow it down, you can do tricks like slow zoom and blur, and you start getting abstract pictures of a very normal place.
Okay. Lastly, any tips from Tommy to a new beginner photographer?
Oh, just pick up the camera and go out. Don't worry about the kit. Don't worry about the time of day. Just think about going for a walk, and anything that catches your eye, photograph it. Photograph it as many ways as you can, and then look at your pictures and just see how you feel about them. What you liked, what you didn't like. Look at the settings, look at the exposure, learn your camera is really important. And then when you get that little bit more confident, you can go a bit deeper into those subjects, but then you end up finding new subjects, new ways to do it. But people, place and details, and you can't go far wrong.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
No worries, bud.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Take care.